Hello, everybody. Coach Allison back with week 35, Defy Aging. This week, it's going to be very, very different. And last week was pretty different too with the 10 stations. So, anyway, getting creative here. We're going to do an in your own space routine at your own pace. So, there's no intervals, no timing, except for timing the full workout itself, which we're going to set a timer for 25 minutes. Within that 25 minutes, you just go at your own pace, completing a list of 5 exercises. And what's unique this week is that we are focusing on going heavy. And I know that scares some people, but there is study after study, research after research, meta-analyses of many studies that show into our 60s, 70s, 80s, it doesn't matter how old we are. The only way to get stronger and grow muscle tissue is challenging with heavy weights. That's non-negotiable. There's nothing that magically changes when you're younger to older about how that process works. Now, we have to be a little more cautious because as we get older, we just start to accumulate stuff. Maybe arthritis, injuries. So do be cautious of things like that for you. But if you don't have anything like that for every area that we're working, or challenge the weights. If something feels heavy, good. So keep that in mind. That is our focus for the week. What we're doing is, again, 5 exercises. Everything is only 5 repetitions. Six repetitions. And that is the clincher. That's how you can go heavy because it's not a lot. You're not going to sit there and do a shoulder press for 60 seconds or 40 seconds. It's only going to be 6 reps. So that's your opportunity to then challenge your weight. So if you do 6 reps of something that feels light or easy, as much as I hate to say it, that's not doing anything for you. It's getting you out of the house and keeping you active, but it will not get you stronger. And that's just the blunt truth of it. So most of us want to get stronger as we age. Muscle equals longevity. The more muscle we have on our body, assuming things don't go wrong elsewhere, accidents and whatnot, but muscle does equal longevity. So it helps us fight illnesses better. If we do come down with something, it helps us stay healthier. It helps us be independent and mobile. So that was a long tangent on why we're doing this week. Very important. 5 exercises, 6 reps of each. Choose heavy weights at your own pace. Let's demonstrate these 5 exercises. Okay, the first one, it's core, but the primary muscle group is shoulders. So we're going to do it in a V-sit style, just to add a little variety and a challenge with our core muscle. So we're sitting in like a V. Legs are out at an angle, so not in like this. You'll notice the difference if you do this and then go like this. Just that alone, you'll feel some difference in core engagement. It's bizarre. And we want to try to keep legs flat with feet flexed. So what we're trying to avoid is this, the bent knees. So if your body everyone's anatomy is a little different. If your body has some like sticky hips or knees and they just will not go down, that's okay. But for the most part, if we have the ability to get like straight legs, that's what we want to do. From here, pick a challenging weight. I'm not going to review that again because that was in my intro. Heavy weight for 6 reps. This arm might need to be out here for balance, but we're not leaning back on it, however. So we're not taking this arm back for support. The support is supposed to come from our core. So 6 on one side, you can turn palm in or forward, whatever is more comfortable. Then 6 on the other side. If anyone is staying off the floor, we're going to do a seated variety because that does engage the core more than standing. And that's, again, a little extra focus of this week. So you don't have to do anything weird with this. You don't have to do wide. I don't think that makes much of a difference if we're in a seated position. But you'll definitely feel, again, that core engagement, trying to keep up nice and tall. All right, so that is exercise 1, 6 reps on each side, going heavy. Exercise 2, we have our Romanian deadlifts. I know we do deadlifts all the time. It's such a great exercise for full body, really entire posterior chain. And you can go really heavy on it because arms are just dead weight. So if you have any kind of shoulder thing, like these shouldn't typically irritate a shoulder injury because we're not lifting, we're not curling, we're not pressing. You can choose dumbbells or 2 dumbbells or a single kettlebell, whatever you prefer. If you're doing a single kettlebell though, however, watch out for shoulders not wanting to round in because you have to hold that center handle. But anyway, we're hinging at our hip, popping the butt back, and letting either the dumbbells or the kettlebell, if you have a kettlebell, drift straight down. If you're using a kettlebell, it should kind of fall between your feet here. Okay, it shouldn't be way out here. If you're using dumbbells, I like to trace them right along. See those the maroon stripe on my pants, that's kind of where we want to trace the hands down, kind of like the corners of the legs. So we're not right in the front, but we're not right at the sides, kind of like corner. It's very important we keep our shoulders and our shoulder blades locked in our back pockets like this. So see how I'm not allowing this rounding and hunching forward, but instead I'm back here. Very important. And yeah, we've done them a lot, but this is your opportunity to go heavy. That should be the heaviest exercise you can do typically. So yeah, try something heavy, but we're going for 6 of those deadlifts. All right, next up is a single arm chest press. Not reinventing the wheel on a lot of these here. Bend your knees for some back support. Notice how I had the weight in my lap and then I brought it back with me. We're specifically only doing single side this week though. First of all, it's more core. But second, I don't want you to have to worry about hurling 2 heavy weights up here to start. This hand can now help you, because we're going heavy, this hand can help you get it in place. And we have our 6 presses. Let the elbow come all the way down to the floor between each rep, meaning we're not like stopping it here. Okay, and then be very cautious just switching sides. Okay, I want you to be careful with that. And then obviously 6 on the other side. Okay. Since we had dumbbells for these first 3, maybe a kettlebell for the deadlifts. I want to point out you should not be using the same weight for all 3 of those things because shoulders are significantly weaker than chest. And then those 2 are significantly weaker than what we can do for a deadlift, which is a full body movement. So if you're using the same weight for all of that, you aren't challenging your weights. You're going too light on something. So we all should have a pretty good array of weights around us. Luckily, we just need the single-sided things for like the shoulder and the chest. So you don't need a set of everything, but there should not be one weight you're using for all of these things. If that's the case, we aren't utilizing this week's purpose to its full purpose. We aren't utilizing the purpose well. So choose heavy weights, but anyway, that's our chest press. Anyone staying off the floor, we're going to put you on an incline bench so you don't have to get down on the floor, but you can still have that angle where your upper body is kind of back. All right, so that's our single arm heavy press. All right, exercise 4, goblet squat. We do this one a lot, but it's a great one to go heavy, and it also challenges not only just our legs, but it's going to challenge our core and our like chest and shoulders as well. So we're going to hold this weight up here. Okay, again, it's not physically touching your chest, but it's kind of hovering right in front. Normal squat stance, feet hip width apart, and get as low as you can. Remember those TRX deep squats from last week? See if you can channel that depth as well, if you're able to. But anyway, make sure as you're squatting, the weight doesn't kind of fall down like that. So keep it up here. And again, try something heavy because it's only 6 reps. All right, that's our goblet squat. Keeping the weight here. All right, and our primary back-focused deadlifts are kind of posterior chain, but not back specific, like upper back, but they do involve that. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Our final one is a bent over back row. So for this one, there's going to be a couple cases in which you can switch to a single arm and do like the 2-point row that we did last week, or some differences your coach can help you with because the form is very important on these. We're essentially hinging again, kind of like we were going to do a deadlift. We stop at about maybe 45 degrees, maybe a little lower. Okay. And from here, we row, we pull those weights up. Now, believe it or not, this is not an arm exercise. Your arms are just the levers. What's being used here is these muscles between our shoulder blades, our back. So as we pull up, we're like pulling up and back with those shoulder blades first. So yes, you're using your arms because that's just our lever. We can't lift anything with our back without having some kind of lever, but it is not an arm exercise. So just don't think of it like, oh, my arms are weak, I can't go heavy. This is a back exercise. So if you think of it like your shoulder blades kind of doing the work, your arms are kind of just, you don't even have to hold on very tight. I'm barely even gripping. Your arms are just kind of holding it and you pull up with your shoulder blades. So if we are having a problem with this body position, like if we're kind of doing more of something like this or falling too far forward, your coach is of course going to work with you to correct that. But if it's just not going to work, if it's not a body position that's intuitive for our body or we're struggling with that, we can change to our more typical like 2-point row we did last week, and then you'll have to do each side separately. Or we can change to a 3-point row, which is using some sort of bench or box for support and doing, again, single arm. Because a double arm does have that nuance of really needing that perfect hinged body position. So keep that in mind. But it is a challenging new exercise. We don't do that particular kind of row very often. All right, that's our bent over row. Okay, so our team builder this week, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a partner exercise. So you're going to have to pair up. And decide is going to be partner 1 and partner 2, even though you're both going to do both, because after 1 minute we're going to switch. But so it's called a partner mirror. So we are mirroring what our partner does. Not technically a mirror, because we're doing it after them. So maybe more of a partner mimic. But the fun thing is sky is the limit for what partner 1 wants to do. So if I'm partner 1, I might do 2 jumping jacks. Okay. And my partner is going to do 2 jumping jacks. I might go like this, make a face, and my partner has to do the same thing. I might do a couple of squats, maybe 3 squats. My partner has to do 3 squats. Maybe I want to throw in some punches or like a front kick. Just have fun with it. You're getting this video ahead of time, so you can maybe plan something so you're not caught off guard. Or maybe you just maybe you do squats the whole time. You do 1 squat and then 10 squats, or you can decide the reps, you can decide the movement, you can decide the thing if you want to be goofy. I want you to have fun with it, and then see what you can get your partner to do. We're not doing anything too crazy. Anyways, so we're going to do that for 60 seconds, and then we're going to switch, and the other partner is going to lead, be partner 1, and so on. So you take up some space. Maybe we're going to do a little shuffle. Maybe we're going to do a grapevine. Maybe we're going to do a dance. I don't know. But I think it's going to be fun. Talk about a team builder, because it is a lot of teamwork with this one. All right, enjoy it. Okay, and that wraps up week 35. Very different week as far as the routine and the team builder itself. So I hope we are liking the change, and I'll see you back in week 36.